Today's the day. I finally made it, and I got this super huge box. Just look at the size of this thing. It only took so many reviews to finally get this. Good morning. So over here with the city,
Good morning. Very dark, the fish swim.
and in order to make this video happen, I actually need a few helping hands, and I've got Arian here with me.
I'm gonna help him open the box.
All right, let's do this.
What we do here is go back.
Now that's a lot of boxes.
Yep. This is so big! This is massive! Insane! Look at it!
This is gonna take a lot of time.
So we've just finished the bottom side of the UCS plate and stand. We just gotta finish, this little with these specifications. We gotta put a sticker on it and then put the little two minifigures on it. These two Imperial troops, and then we'll be done with the UCS stand. We just got done with the entire UCS stand, and now we're just going to continue on to the internal structure of the ship. We're going to be using a ton of different LEGO Technic panel pieces and different, LEGO Technic elements to kind of really strengthen and add a level of durability to the entire ship. So we just finished building bag number 1, and what did you think?
Well, it was a lot of work, it was a lot of pieces, but it all came together really nicely.
Yeah, I do like the internal structure of this thing, and we're gonna cut right back when we finish building the entire model. Holy cow, this is so badass looking. Look at how big this is. It doesn't even fit into the entire shot. And what do you think of the entire finished product?
Well, it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I mean, look at it. It's freaking huge. It's like 20 pounds. We had to struggle, not really, because we're strong boys. Here's a Darth Vader for scale.
Now, I did want to ask you, what do you think of all these little tiny details, like the cannons that can kind of spin around? This kind of bridge area right here.
Around?
Yeah. And this can also articulate right here.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy all the stuff that you can actually adjust and move. There's no interior for this, right?
Nope, unfortunately there is no interior for this model. I feel like under the bridge we could actually easily squeeze in an interior. There's like more than enough room for a couple of minifigures in there.
Yeah, they could probably fit an interior if that actually is how it is. I don't know anything about Star Wars, so I'm not sure. Also, here's a banana for scale.
Yeah, banana for scale, and as you can see, it's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Let's just go over some of these first impressions that you've got with the model. As you can see, we've got like a Tan TV 4 for scale, which is from the opening shot of Star Wars, and we've got like a bunch of little details here over here. Now I do want to say that this part right here, this little strip, this actually was bag number 2, and it took the longest amount of time to build out of any number of bags, simply because 3 different factors influenced it. 1, I was tired. 2, I was live streaming, so I had to talk and I couldn't focus on just building. And 3, there were just so many different little like gray elements that I couldn't exactly see and pick out which one's which, so I had to kind of really look through the whole thing. This is the single largest and single heaviest model I have ever built. By piece count, it's like close to 5,000 pieces, which is pretty insane if you think about it. Now, many people complain that because it cost $700, it was supposed to include 7,000 pieces, but I don't think that's really the case here, because it uses a lot of these large large panel pieces right here, a ton of different like pieces like this. Lego could have easily just broken it up into tinier pieces to kind of add piece count, but that would not be honest, I guess. And
so let's look at the engines. Well, they're big. Again, it's a bunch of like little miscellaneous gray pieces to sort of give more detail than you would previously sort of think. Because, like, if you look at this, if it didn't have all these little bricks and like little pieces, one, that would make the count a lot less probably, just in terms of general, but also make it a lot less intricate to the eye. So I think it was a good illusion to make it look a lot more detailed than the model really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree, and I like how, you know, all the engines and everything are pretty movie accurate. They give it a really menacing look at that. It's really, really powerful, and, you know, it's like a ship that you really don't want to encounter in space, and I love that it gives that sort of feeling to it. I do want to actually move over to the bottom of the ship. Now, while this ship does not include an interior, it does include one really, really cool thing at the bottom, which is a docking bay, and it does have a micro-scaled TIE fighter.
That's the weirdest approximation for a TIE fighter I've ever seen. It's literally like 3 pieces, and they're like 1x1 tiles. Just to have this sort of detail at all, I do appreciate that a lot, and that's something very interesting, and it kind of shows the amount of work that went into this set, which kind of justifies its $700 price. I mean, I'm just looking at this like mock ship. I like it. It really shows the perceived scale of this ship, which can fit a person in it, or maybe 2.
Now, this TAN-TV4, it's actually supposed to be like one of the flagships of the Rebel fleet. Like, there are 2 pilots over here. There's like an entire conference room right here. These 2 are escape pods. Like, you know, it can fit like a crew basically of like around 20 people or something, which is pretty crazy. And like, you know, looking at this, it's like, wow. We had a blast building this, and I hope that you can subscribe to my friend Arian. His channel is A Salami. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really make that many videos nowadays, but I do make videos from time to time, mostly just gameplay or talking about phones or something like that, whatever I feel like doing. So if you could give me a subscribe, that would be helpful. My channel name is ASALIMY. I hope you appreciate my videos if you do see it, and thank you for watching this video.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that you can stay tuned to my review of this thing, as well as other really, really cool challenges involving this thing right here, and I hope that you can see it. And this is your Unbrick Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.